my name is Key Light and welcome back to my channel. So today's Sunday school lesson is talking about countercultural compassion. Ooh, we have some alliteration this Sunday school lesson, but the majority of this lesson is about how we are going to go against what the popular opinion is and have compassion towards others. So what does it mean by counterculture, and what does it mean to be compassionate? Those are the rhetorical questions that I'm going to ask you. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get right into today's Sunday school lesson. So today's lesson is going to come from Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 10 through 21. So like I stated earlier, what does it mean by countercultural? Well, the first thing I actually thought about was a counter argument, when you actually rebuttal and you make proven evidence and facts to go against the grain. So when I think of countercultural, we're going to go against pop culture. We're going to go against the majority of what people thinks and do the right thing every single day. And as we know from our previous lessons, Moses is the author, and he is talking to individuals who were in the wilderness for 40 years. And he talks about the strict discipline of obedience, how we have to be compassionate and how we have to do the will of God, no matter what pop culture says, no matter what the opinion of how people perceive Christians to be. We have to do the right thing and obey God's will. So we're going to jump right into it. So we're first going to read Deuteronomy chapter 24, verses 10 through 13. When you make a loan of any kind to your neighbor, don't enter his house to claim his pledge. Wait outside. Let the man to whom you made the pledge bring the pledge to you outside. If he is destitute, don't use his cloak as a bedroll. Return it to him at nightfall so that he can sleep in his cloak and bless you in the sight of God, your God, that will be viewed as a righteous act. Do you know that everything that we do, every action that we do, we have to be obedient to God's will, and we have to make the right decision, because a lot of naysayers are putting us to the test by our actions. As we are obedient to God, others will see Christ-like within us. That's how we bring people closer. It's not about reciting these scriptures. It's not about actually knowing everything in the Bible. It is by our actions, by us treating others with kindness and respect, by going against what the popular opinion will be. With this scripture, most people would say, well, just wait till the morning to give the cloak. As Christians, we are going to do the right thing. We are going to go against the grain and be compassionate, because we know that by being obedient to God, we are breathing life into others. Now let's jump to Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 14 through 18. Don't abuse a laborer who is destitute and needy, whether he is a fellow Israelite living in your land and in your city. Pay him at the end of each workday. He's living from hand to mouth and needs it now. If you hold back his pay, he'll protest to God and you'll have sin on your books. Parents shall not be put to death for their children, nor children for their parents. Each person shall be put to death for his own sin. Make sure foreigners and orphans get the just rights. Don't take the cloak of a widow as a security for a loan. Don't ever forget that you were once slaves in Egypt, and God, your God, got you out there. I command you, do what I'm telling you. It's interesting how God lets us know to do the right thing, but also understand that we are responsible for our own actions. Just because our parents might not have made the right decisions, you're not going to be judged on that. You are going to be judged on how you treat people in return, and vice versa. Parents, your decisions are going to be up to your responsibility. Yes, you have given nuggets. You have laid the foundation for your children. But don't ever feel guilty if your child decides to stray away. Be responsible for your actions. Be compassionate to others, because you are going to be held responsible for how you treat other people in the world. Lastly, let's finish off with Deuteronomy chapter 24, verse 19 through 22. When you harvest your grain and forget a sheaf back in the field, don't go back and get it. Leave it for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow, so that God, your God, will bless you in all your work. When you shake the olives off your tree, don't go back over the branches and strip them bare. What's left is for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow. When you cut the grapes in your vineyard, don't take every last grape. Leave a few for the foreigner, the orphan, and the widow. Don't ever forget that you were a slave in Egypt. I command you, do what I'm telling you. That's a great little piece to leave off for our Sunday school lesson. Do what God is telling you to do. Be obedient. It's not that we can be ignorant and say, well, we were never told what to do. Today, you are being told, the last Sunday in January, you are being told what to do. So there is no dispute about how you should move accordingly. Be obedient. Do the right thing. At the end of the day, I think that's a great way to push into February, the month of love, right? Do the right thing at all times, because you are going to be responsible for that. You can't blame your parents anymore. You can't blame on how you were raised or what things might have happened last year. What you're doing right now, your actions, you will be responsible for at the end. I hope you all enjoyed this lesson. I love you all, and until next time.